Beautiful Thursday evening here in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, the chief city of the state of Ohio in the Midwest region of the United States of America. It's Thursday, the 14th of August, 2025. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are listening to this show at your own corner of the world. This is Apex One Radio. We're broadcasting live from the United States of America, precisely from the inner bowl of the Apex One radio studio situated at the northern belt of the city of Columbus. Welcome on board. And for those of you who love to listen to us on apex1radio.com, right, we thank you so much for doing so and for always doing so. Then, if you're listening to us on the tuning app, thank you so much. If you are listening to us on Radio Garden, we want to say thank you as well. But for those of you who love to watch what we do in the studio through our respective social media handles, right, you may want to just share their video. If you are joining us on Facebook, share it extensively so that we can reach the four corners of the world. If you are watching us on YouTube as well, share the video as you get on board so we can touch the four corners of the world. This is Apex One Radio. Once again, thank you so much. Welcome on board. Tonight is going to be another soccer fiesta on radio, but we are not on the pitch yet. We're still doing it on radio because real hostilities begin on August the 28th this year when 47 clubs would have touched down in Ohio for the 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament, which Ohio is hosting this year. Once again, thank you so much. Welcome on board as you share the video extensively if you are watching us on Facebook or on YouTube. And as you must have realized, we have guests aplenty right today. It's a full house, right? So the Spartans are here all the way from Maryland to talk about their 2025 Nvt expedition. And so tonight it will be the Spartans of Maryland joining us on Nvt Ball Rlling, and so characterized by strength and discipline and simplicity. The Spartans are ready for the 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament. And so, if you are watching us, sit back, relax, and of course, enjoy every bit of what we'll be presenting to you this Thursday evening. Let's go.
Welcome to the NVT series, your all-access pass to the road leading up to the 2025 National Veterans Tournament. Right here on Apex One Radio, where every kick, every play, every moment comes alive. As the countdown to America's biggest veterans soccer showdown ticks on, we dive deep into the clubs, the players, the rivalries, and the passion driving them. This is where legacy meets fire and tactics spark unforgettable stories. Get ready. It's time to meet the teams, hear the voices, and feel the heat. Let the countdown begin, and let the beautiful game play on. The journey? Oh yes, it continues right here.
And so let the countdown begin. Once again, thank you so much. Welcome on radio. Welcome to this fresh edition of Nvt Ball Rlling. And in today's edition of the show, we're receiving yet another powerful veterans side, characterized by strength, characterized by discipline, by simplicity. The Spartans of Maryland have carved out a respected place in the veterans soccer movement. Based in Maryland, this powerhouse is here to bring talented, energetic, and skillful players to Ohio this year. Many of them over 35, though, yet playing with passion and, of course, the flair of their youth. And so, as one of the early clubs to join the veterans movement, the Spartans have become a team to watch out for every NVT. So this year, they are more determined than ever before to emerge champions of the NVT, bringing not just skill, but grit, preparations, and clear winning mentality to their pitch. And so tonight they join us on radio to talk about their ambitions. And the huge team from Maryland, the Spartans, are led tonight on radio by their Vice President, Martin Zefe, whom I now say good evening and welcome to the show. Martin, good evening and welcome to the program. How are you doing today?
Good evening. Thank you so much, Mr. Ernest, and I'm doing quite well. And we're so excited to join you as well as the entire veteran community to launch this major edition of NVT, which also happened to be the 10th anniversary of NVT, and we look forward to that.
We are looking forward to the 10th anniversary of the NVT. And of course, Ohio has the privilege to host that 10th anniversary edition. Good evening, Walter Pride. You are the Secretary General of the Spartan Veterans of Maryland. Welcome to the show. You may want to unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Good evening, and we're happy to be here to participate in the special edition of NVT 2025.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Dr. Mukong Adeso is a former president of the Spartans of Maryland. So, President Emeritus, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, Mr. Ernest. Thanks for having us. We are definitely psyched. We know our boys in Columbus will roll out the red carpet, so we are ready to have fun, and we're ready to take the cup.
They are ready not only to have fun, but to lift their trophy come NVT 2025. Martin Adamu is the NVT representative for the Spartans. Martin, good evening and welcome to the program. We cannot hear you because you are muted, Martin.
Okay, can you hear me now?
5 on 5. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you for having us, and we are excited to be part of this jamboree that is going to be taking place in the on the 28th. And we have a big surprise for Ohio. We are coming with all guns blazing. So you guys keep an eye on us.
Big surprise for Ohio. We are looking forward to that. Right. So let's join. Let's have the next guest join us. He will introduce himself. Good evening. How are you today? Can you introduce yourself to our audience?
I believe probably you're talking to me.
Yes, to you, of course.
Yeah, good evening, sir. My name is Hervé. I'm the Spartan coach.
Okay, perfect. We have the coach for the Spartans as well on their show today. And so, like I said, it's a full house. And they're here to tell us just how prepared are the Spartans for the 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament, which will be hosted by Columbus, Ohio this year. It begins on August the 28th, and the matches will be played at VOA Park Drive, Westchester, Ohio 45069. That is 7850 VOA Park Drive, Westchester, Ohio 45069. And so it's going to take place on Labor Day weekend. Let's come back to our guests on the show today. Martin Zefe, tell me, how old is the Spartans of Maryland?
All right. Once more, thank you, Mr. Ernest. So Spartan is has a very interesting history. So if we are talking about Spartan veteran, it was founded in 2017. However, Spartan as a team has been for over about 26 years in the United States. And I cannot even talk about the history of Spartan without allowing we are lucky to have one of the people who happened to be like in the when Spartan was founded, in the person of former president Dr. Mukong Adeso, and basically, and Spartan came as a result of like young Cameroonian students who came to the United States, and they have this common passion for soccer, and that brought them together. But over the years, it has not just only been soccer; it has also been a very transformatory group where they have developed and grew multiple talents in every aspect of life, being in the field of academics, in professional life. And it will be interesting to also note that some of the Spartan members happen to become men through Spartan by dating and subsequently getting their significant others from Spartan. And that would be another topic that we'll probably touch on, how also the Spartan family has grown. But I will also maybe allow Dr. Mukong Adeso to give you also some light on the very beautiful and cherished history of Spartan.
Dr. Mokom, I would like you to explain where the idea of Spartan came from, what motivated it, and who were some of the people who were at the birth of this great idea, which has metamorphosized into this big whole soccer movement.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we started 97 basically. I think that's the exact year. And we were basically young students in our late teens and early 20s in the Maryland area. You also have Adamu Martin, who was one of the first members, Coach Ibe, that came in very, very early also. But we're young students hustling, doing what students do. And we all, coming from Cameroon, we all liked football. And we started playing and formed a team. We had a very strong bond. I think that camaraderie among us is what really set us apart. And we started playing in competitions. And back then it was CAMSA, the Cameroon Association. And before long, we were very dominant. And we basically were a team where young Cameroonians basically go through us. So if you look at most veteran teams today, I will not say 100%, but a super majority of veteran players today or veteran teams today have members who've gone through the Spartan organization. And they're still Spartans. And so we have that deep history when it comes to football in the United States, especially Cameroon football in the United States. And, we focused on everything. It was not just football, but we used football as that backbone, right? As that cornerstone to grow together, to enrich each other academically.
Apparently, we're having issues there with Dr. Adeso.
Oh, you're not hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. So again, we used soccer as that backbone, but with that, we were able to grow together. One big family, academically, economically, socially, and so we come from all walks of life. And again, most teams have members who have gone through the Spartan organization and still consider themselves Spartans. And I think we'll exist for eternity.
Perfect. Right. So I'll quickly go to Walter. Walter, tell me, what is the status of this team? Is it a non-profit organization just like the other ones?
Thank you again for having us. Yeah, actually, the Spartan Veteran Football Club is a non-profit organization registered here in Maryland, and we have that legal bond binding the organization.
Go right ahead. I can hear you.
Can you? Oh, you can. Oh,
yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So we're a 501 registered here in Maryland.
I can hear you.
Did you get my answer?
Yes, go ahead. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right. So it is a 501c3 organization, the Spartans of Maryland. So let us know about the membership of this club, Adamu. How large is the Spartan Veterans FC? How many members do you have?
It's an interesting question. We have 55 registered members, 55, 56 registered members. We have a very stringent uh, registration process. We just do not admit any member into our group. You have to be vetted. We have a system by which we only admit 5 members every year into our team. So they go through a rigorous vetting process. Any new member has to be sponsored by a member of our group. So we are not so much concerned about the
Okay.
quantity of our numbers. We are concerned about the quality of our numbers. So at 55, 56, we are very, very strong, powerful, and we are keeping our model system. We are being loyal to our model system. We want to grow gradually to the days where back then when we had a younger Spartan team, we were almost 100 of us. But the veterans, we are very, very strict now. We want very responsible men who will actually be a shining example to our community. So our members is 55, 56 man strong.
That's beautiful. I will stay with you to find out how much of the Spartans does your community know.
When you say how much of the Spartans of our community, I'm not sure what you mean.
Right. So, just how implanted is this club
Yeah.
in the community where you live?
Yeah, Spartans, like the VP and Dr. Mukong just mentioned, we are the powerhouse of Cameroonian football in the United States. Uh, we started off as young boys who came from Cameroon, going to school, played what was then the counter convention, which has actually metamorphosed into the NVT. So back then, most of these teams that you see now at the NVT used to play the counter. I was a player myself then. Dr. Mukong was our goalkeeper back then when we formed the team. So we've won, I think, if there were 10 years of cancer, Spartan won about 6 of those 10, the trophies. So in our community right there in Maryland, we are implanted uh, into our Cameroonian family here in this Maryland. We do a lot of philanthropic outreach. We even gather things from here and send to Cameroon. We sponsor orphanages in Cameroon. During the COVID period, when the COVID hit America, our team actually got together. We were going from house to house, Cameroonian houses that had COVID patients in it, giving food. We went and bought groceries, distributing groceries, and all those things. We are very much invested in our community, not just for soccer, but even in scholarship. We give our young kids scholarships to go to school. We find schools for them to go to. The ones that come to join us, a lot of us here had some scholarships from our team while we were still playing soccer when we were still going to school. So Spartan is it's a special team. It's a special team. We are not just for soccer. We are for livelihood as well.
They are for livelihood as well. We're speaking with the Spartans of Maryland, created so many years ago, 25, 26 years ago, but then has been existing as a veterans club since 2017. We're talking about almost 8 years ago. And so it's one of the pioneer teams of the National Veterans Movement. So I'll move over to the coach to find out how many NVT tournaments the Spartans have participated in. Yes, can you hear me, Coach?
Yes,
Yes. So how many NVT tournaments have you participated in?
I believe because me personally, as far as Spartan veterans,
You may
I
want to
joined
adjust your
Spartan
camera a
veterans.
little bit so we can see you properly.
Okay,
Yes. Go right
is that
ahead.
better?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I was saying that as far as Spartan veteran, joined Spartan veteran in 2021. So therefore, it's a little bit tricky for me to tell how many NVT they participate in before I came in. So I will leave that to probably Dr. Mukon because he was there from the beginning to be able to give the accurate number because I don't want to be double guessing.
Okay.
But
From 2021 to now is 4 NVT
for
participations. So
NVT,
before
yes.
then, Dr. Adeso, how many NVT participations did you have?
Yeah, we started our first NVT in 2017 in Oklahoma.
Mm,
That was the first NVT, and since then we've been participating. We won the NVT in Houston. I think that was 2021.
mhm,
We were champions, and we made it to several quarterfinals.
mhm,
I think it's semifinals. But we started in 2017, and we've
perfect.
been since.
We are talking about 8 participations 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and you emerged victorious in 2021. The edition hosted by Houston. The Spartans of Maryland will be headed for Ohio for their 9th participation come August 28th this year. They are live on radio to talk about the preparedness of the team. Let me go back to the coach to find out how many selections we have within this movement. 50 something players, you should be able to carve out at least two solid teams, a team A and a team B. Famous coach, do you have more than one team?
Uh, when I mean, if you want to put it in numbers, it could be put like that. But structurally speaking, no, we don't have two teams,
Mm-hmm,
but we have the youngest Spartan, which are the people that are less than 35,
mm-hmm,
that are still existing, that we still nurture,
mm-hmm,
and we're trying to groom them to become, of course, to join the family of veterans that we are.
mm-hmm,
But as far as the veterans, um, give and take, every veteran member is a potential player. And of course, we try to incorporate young men in our community that are of age
mm-hmm.
that can come and help us to achieve our goal.
Right. I'm talking about achieving your goal. Some of the goals are playing and winning games. But Martin Zefe, what criteria do you use in selecting those who will participate actively in competitions?
Yeah, so thank you for that question. With regards to that, of course, like our Mr. Adamu Martin said, we are coming to this tournament to win it.
Mm,
And given that we are coming with this winning mentality, which is well known with Spartan, so we make sure that we get the best of the best.
mhm,
And like the coaches rightly said, we look into our members, see into each individual's strength, and then areas where we feel like we need some some inputs.
mhm,
We source it within our community and also within the framework of NVT's rules and regulations to
mhm.
make sure that we come up with the best team that could put up one of the greatest challenge that NVT would
Mm. And,
imagine this year.
and Walter, my understanding is that the NVT is not against flying in some professionals who played or some players who played professional football in the past, including those who played even at the level of their national teams. We've seen Boston bringing in former Indomitable Lions. So is that one of the things you practice within the Spartans?
Basically, we have, I mean, from the Spartan family on generation, yes, we have had players that, I mean, yeah, had that opportunity to represent the country's national team, but at a
Mhm.
veteran level, we do not have, I mean, such, and we rely more on our members who are, I mean, soccer players themselves that have played the game not at that level, but have played the game quite significantly.
Mhm.
And we dwell on that culture and to build out our team. So
Mm.
basically, we do not have, I mean, currently have any professional player running, I mean, with us right now.
Okay, beautiful. Let me quickly go to the coach again, and I will want him to quickly present his, the Frenchman will call it, equipe tip, right? Like that team which would not be challenged by any other one. Could you just present some of those big names so that we start building our anxiety to see them in Ohio in the next 2 weeks?
The honest, the honest truth is that as a coach and somebody that have been involved in soccer for so long, I know that your program is something, a program that is well listening and
Mm.
follow. I will not make a mistake to come and reveal
You don't want to
my
let the
big
cat
guns
in the
over here
basket.
because every time a Spartan comes to a competition, it's already a challenge.
Uh-huh.
So to come and give them an insight will make it more difficult for me when we get there.
Mm.
So with all due respect, I would prefer to pass on that because I really don't want to put all my cards on the table.
Martin Adamu, tell us, how often does this team train? I know we are in a country that is extremely busy. People do not have time for anything except those jobs that put food on their table.
Officially, we have 2 days of training. We have a very, very busy schedule. And we have Mondays and Wednesdays that we train. And then we have a league here in Maryland that we play on Saturdays. So pretty much
Mm.
we play soccer 3 times a week. And just to answer a question that you posed to our coach,
Mm.
Ebe, earlier, you were trying to find out how each pattern had more than one team for the Nvt.
Mm.
The team we are taking to Ohio can form three with the number, so I can form 3 teams with that number.
Okay.
3 teams of 11 players that can actually win the NBT.
Wow.
That's how formidable we will be.
Hmm.
The, Mr. Comer Pratt talked about say we usually don't go out for internationals to bring them to come play. We vetted some international players.
Hmm.
Trust me, we vetted some of them, but they were not better than the players we had. So we took some videos. We watched them. If when they Sparta, we are the strongest, the oldest Cameroonian team in America.
Hmm.
If we want to bring a former professional player to come and play, it will not be what we have seen. So we are still working on that. We will get one professional player that will wow this MVT someday. It's not going to be this year, but we
Hmm.
are working. We continue to scout. We continue to scout. Our coach, Neve himself, he played for Vitesse. He played professional football. He played in Europe.
Hmm.
Played for Nvt Ball in Cameroon. Played for Vitesse. So we have a very savvy group. We will be ready in Ohio this
Hmm.
at the end of the month.
Perfect. Let me go to Dr. Mukom and find out what kind of team are you? Are you the kind of team that would win most of its matches or would barely struggle to win some, then do some draws and get defeated in many matches? If you want to evaluate this team since creation, um, where would you put it?
Mr. Ernest, we are definitely a powerhouse. I think
Hmm.
if you ask any team, when you think the Spartans, you get ready. Um, Again, we won in Houston, and in the past, we've won many tournaments or leagues. So I say we are winners. We get pissed off when we lose. There's no denying that. And the past several years, we've fallen a little short by San Antonio. So You may ask this question down the line, but we're waiting for them this time.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's our time. So we hate to lose. We like to have fun. I think we are gracious winners, and we get really pissed off when we lose. So
Hmm.
we are not coming. We are
And San Antonio,
not
they
to
go.
Columbus to distribute points. That you better believe that.
Right. So let us go back to some of the local competitions which you take part in. What are some of these competitions? Some of them could be non-veterans competitions. Some of them could be the ones that are organized by other communities. I know the South American community, for instance, the Brazilians, the Mexicans are soccer lovers. They do have many competitions. So tell us about some of the competitions you guys take part in the Maryland area.
Well, we have our regional tournament which we play every Memorial Weekend. It's called the Northeast. It's
Okay.
not Nvt, but more for the Northeast teams. So we
Mhm.
participate in that. We are one of the main participators in that tournament. And then we have our Veterans League, the DMV Veterans League, that has about 12 teams.
Mhm.
And we just wrapped that up. And, we play every Saturday for about 3 months. So those are the two main veteran tournaments that we play, apart from some other friendly games, and then the NVT. But our
Hmm.
players, I must say, play in other leagues that they're footballers, so they play a lot of football. So they play in other leagues that are not affiliated with the veterans.
Hmm. Right, perfect. This is Apex One Radio. We are broadcasting live from the United States of America. It's a fresh edition of the Nvt Ball Rolling. 7 minutes past 9 here in the studio of Apex One Radio. We are doing this show 2 weeks to the start of the 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament. The much talked about edition because the movement celebrates its 10th anniversary, and the Ohio version of the NVT has been highly awaited. And so the matches for this competition will take place at VOA Park Drive, Westchester, Ohio. 47 teams will be participating. The fixtures are out, and the teams are getting ready to hit the road for Ohio. But before they do that, we are profiling them. And so this is Nvt Ball Rlling. We'll be right back with you. Don't go away.
You're still locked into the NVT series on Apex One Radio, where every pass, every play, and every voice counts. Coming up next, more insights, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes action from the clubs making headlines on the road to the 2025 National Veterans Tournament. Don't go anywhere. The game is just heating up. Stay with us.
Stay with us. This is the Nvt Ball Rolling, the edition of the 14th of August 2025. Guests on the show today are key leaders of Spartan Veterans FC of Maryland, led by the Vice President Martin Zeffe and accompanied by key members of the team. So let us talk about the NVT proper and the experience you've had over the years. So this year we'll be having over 47 teams to participate. And so I don't know, one of you should remind us of the fixtures, in which group you are placed, and the teams that you have in that group. So, in which group are you placed?
Uh, I think we are in the group with uh, Camsola of the mighty state of California.
Mm-hmm.
We have Louisiana Hurricane, and we have Lexington, Kentucky. Uh, that is our zone.
Right. So, Hurricanes, Kentucky, and what's that again?
Camsola, CAM, Cameroon Solar, Camsola.
Okay. Kamsola. Perfect. So, are you satisfied with this placing? If it was going to be otherwise, which teams would you have loved to be placed with in the same group? Let me ask the question to the coach. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I had a call that was coming in, so I had to stop it. Actually, when it comes to NVT, based on the experience that we have already as a team, there's no such thing as you have a preference because whoever you play during the group stage, eventually you're gonna end up playing any good team to get to your goal, which is the final.
Mm-hmm.
Because between the first day to the last day, to be a champion, you need to play at least 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no really a preference per se because you need to play who is in front of you. And that's the way we get prepared. I'm talking that's the way we prepare the team to make sure that whoever comes in front of us, the goal is to achieve success and victory.
Perfect. Martin Adamu, I do understand that you have a very competitive side, and competitive sides
Can you
like
hear me?
yours really always want to meet teams that have also set some high standards. Apart from the four teams which you have in this group, what other teams do you think you would have loved the Spartans to be placed with?
I'm not going to lie to you, my brother. If we won San Antonio, they've knocked us out twice. They've knocked
San
us out
Antonio.
twice. We won
Okay.
them this year. It's about time we get a revenge.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's about time. So that is the one team we want to play.
We need
San
pride.
Okay.
Antonio. They knocked us 2 years ago. They knocked us out at the 16th final. Last year they knocked us out at the quarterfinal. They've been standing in our way. We have to stand in their way too. So
Okay.
we are waiting for them this year.
Okay. uh, Martin Zefe, apart from San Antonio, which other team has always stood on your way, and you would love to have an opportunity to effect a revenge?
So that's a good question. So Gwinnett had a whooping from us because
Mm,
if you remember very well the history of NVT, Gwinnett was like had won this competition like back to back,
mhm,
and we were really waiting for them. And when we had the opportunity with them in 2021, we showed them what Spartan really is. And
mm,
the rivalry with Gwinnett also goes back all the way with Atlanta Lions, where Spartan have a very rich history with Gwinnett. So that's a team that we have been looking forward to stop their hegemony or control
mm.
NVT, and we're able to do it in 2021. And I can guarantee you, 2025, whichever team that thinks that owns this NVT, they will pick their shot from us.
Just to remind our listeners that we will be speaking with officials of Gwinnett this weekend to hear their own side of their story as they prepare for the 2025 edition of the NVT hosted by Ohio. Walter, there is certainly another team which you really would not find it pleasant to meet in this competition because each time you've met with them, they've had you properly beaten. Is there any such team in the NVT?
Um, Basically, San Antonio has been one of those teams that have been on our way. I mean, but we are looking forward also to meet up with Houston because, like President Zidane always, former president of Houston, veteran, always run his mouth. I mean, talking about beating Spartan. So we're waiting for them to.
Hmm. Right, that's interesting. Dr. Mukom, tell us about that 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 match for the 26 years of its existence. The Spartans have played and will always like to talk about it, even in the next 10, 20 years?
Um, I think two come to mind.
Okay.
The first one was our very first year. That was 97 when we just formed.
Okay.
Because we really, we were just a band of brothers, and we went to our first Kamsa tournament in New Jersey, and we took Kamsa by surprise. We just came from nowhere and we won it.
Hmm.
And it was all about heart. And I will never forget that because I was the goalkeeper. And at that finals, there was a very good free kick from the professional player Ekeme.
Hmm.
That would have been the equalizing one, but somehow I got to it, and that was my claim to fame.
Hmm.
So I can never forget that New Jersey experience. It was all about toughness and just togetherness and camaraderie, and we pulled it off.
Wow.
That was, I mean, that opened the gates for a lot of victories. The first one is always a special one because you remember that, and we won, and then you win so many after that. And then the other one I'll never forget is also the first one as a veteran, which was in Houston.
Mhm.
We didn't have such a good, we didn't just win our first time when we went as veterans in 2017. We lost, and we didn't win until 2021, and that was in Houston, which was, I think, that was one of the. That's when we really started organizing NVTs. Was Houston? I give them credit. That was a well organized NVT, and the stage was set for us, and we just took it, and you can never forget that. It was a great moment.
Hmm.
I think those two games or those two games stand out. Those two finals.
Right. Martin, or let me go to Walter. Walter, is there any match which you really wish it never happened? Uh, like a match which your team really, really fell below expectation?
Saying below expectation would not be the word I will use, but the last convention, that was the defeat against San Antonio. That is one of the most bitter pills that organization have swallowed, because we had that in our hands and unfortunately it slipped away. That's why we
Beautiful.
really want to get back to San Antonio.
This time.
Right. We hope to have San Antonio on this show before the tournament begins so we can hear their own side of the story with the Spartans. Hopefully, it's going to be a wonderful tournament come Ohio 2025. We are speaking with the Spartans of Maryland in this edition of the National Veterans Tournament Ball Rolling, reaching you live from Apex One Radio, 18 minutes past 9 here in the studio of Apex One Radio. You're listening to the edition of the 14th of August 2024. Right. So a very short transition, and when we come back, we'll talk about logistics and just to find out exactly what it takes to transport the team from one place to the other for tournaments of this magnitude. We'll be right back with you.
You're still locked into the NVT series on Apex One Radio, where every pass, every play, and every voice counts. Coming up next, more insights, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes action from the clubs making headlines on the road to the 2025 National Veterans Tournament. Don't go anywhere. The game is just heating up. Stay with us.
Stay with us. This is Nvt Ball Rlling. Let me begin with Martin Zephyr. So, Martin, as vice president, you have to manage people and a whole lot of other things. You have to ensure that everything is in good shape. Beginning with trainings, for instance, how do you ensure that players attend practice sessions and people come to meetings where important things are discussed and decisions are taken?
All right. Yeah. So with that regard, I think first of all, our coaches, led by Coach Eve, they have been doing a very incredible job with that. And so our practice sessions are open to all members. And also, you may have known, Spartan is unique in the sense that we have a junior group that progressed now to the veteran group. And I stand to be challenged to say that I think we are probably the only soccer club in the US that has that structure where you've had the younger Spartan, which has been for over 26 years now, and then you also now have the Spartan veteran. So we always have a good numbers during our training session, and because Spartan is also a community team, our training sessions are open to the community. We have people that comes from other clubs or just regular people in the community who wants to keep fit and be healthy. They come, and we always have that opening hand and welcoming spirit. And in terms of meetings, our meetings just like any veteran meetings. We have our meeting once in a month, and it's mandatory for all members, and that's where we come to bring in ideas and then see how we can continue to keep this bond that has been keeping us for more than 25 years now.
Beautiful. Let me turn to the Secretary General. So, Walter, if Maryland is not hosting, then the Spartans are traveling to a different state. And this entails a lot financially, logistically, materially, and you name it. Tell us how all of this is organized to ensure that for every such tournament, you have a very successful expedition.
Yeah, basically, our group is blessed with very, hardworking gentlemen that are willing to sacrifice when it comes to going through the logistics, flying the team, lodging the team, feeding the team, and even preparing other transportations for the team. We have a very strong committee that helps us to run all these various logistics.
Mhm.
With our great president, Dr. Valley, he makes sure he oversee all these various committees that bring up all these ideas, and we always come through. And it's a little bit challenging, but we always come through.
Martin Adamu, one of the strengths of veteran clubs nowadays is its uh, supporter base, and we've seen clubs travel with women and children who cheer up, the team, you know, to victory. So tell us how that happens with the Spartans. Are you one of such clubs that travels along with the entire community?
No, and that's an area that I'm not upset. We are weak in, but we are working on putting up a cheerleading group
Mm,
for the MVP. We're still trying to put our numbers together. It's not going to be this year, but that's one front we have to improve on. See, these other things with the cheerleading groups, we like it because during our days of the younger Spartan, we had that group. But now we're having a tough time trying to put that together. But we have started. We have a committee that is in charge of putting that group together.
mhm,
It will not start this year. Hopefully, we'll get that group is going to be in full gear by next year.
mm. Otherwise, Dr. Mokong, what are some of the challenges the team or the club faces, especially when they have a huge assignment like the NVT coming up?
Yeah, my brother. I mean, the thing is not easy, to be honest. I
Mm.
mean, it's like a Bupa house, to be honest. When you have to mobilize 50, 60 people, players, it's a lot of work. So everything is a challenge. You have to dot every I and cross every T, especially if you expect to win. So you have to be clicking at every level, from making sure people have their rooms to sleep in, Make sure the flight, they don't miss their flights, making sure people have even Ubers to the airport, making sure there's food and the food is good enough so they can eat and actually enjoy it and not complain about it. Making sure they have Gatorade, oranges, you know, and then obviously in the evening, making sure you have enough drinks to cool off and get ready for the next day. So there are so many things that have to work that have to work at a high level for you to be able to pull this thing off. The good thing about us is we have that experience. We have people who know how to win. You can have players, but if you don't know how to win, you can honestly you lose. You will not win. So you have to dot every I, cross every T. Um, you have to be clicking football wise, logistics wise, financially. I think our wives just think we are in some kind of miongo when they see what is. That's the honest truth because it's tough. It's tough to explain. It's really tough to
Right.
explain how you put so much energy for football.
Right.
Hey, that's the fun of it. That's the fun of it.
Now,
And
when you see the amount of money that is being spent on it, they think
Uh,
we are just stupid.
mm.
Really.
Right. And so the National Veterans Tournament, the NVT, has become a huge assignment for the Cameroonian community in the United States of America. And so every year, Cameroonians converge on a city for this very huge assignment. Thousands of people expected in Ohio this year for the 2025 edition of the NVT. And today we are speaking with officials of one of the clubs that will be gracing this event. It's one of the pioneer clubs of the NVT, having begun the competition in 2017, and they are heading for their ninth edition or ninth participation of in the NVT. Let me turn back to the coach. So 2 weeks to the tournament, Coach Evan. Tell us about the ambience that is reigning within your club. Have you accelerated training sessions? Can you hear us, Eve? Okay, apparently his sound cannot go through. Can you hear us now? All right. So while waiting for him to fix that, let me put that question to Martin Zephyr. So, Martin, what is the ambience that is reigning within the Spartans 2 weeks to the competition?
All I can tell you is that right now Spartan is pregnant, and the delivery day is September 1st because that's because we are coming to play 7 games in this competition. We don't take that lightly, and because of that, the momentum has been building. Training sessions are becoming more intensified but more tactical. There's a lot of things that we are working on, and like they mentioned earlier, we have taken part in so many games. We're just the finalists in our local tournament, and so we've identified a lot of areas that we need to work on, and so the coaches have been taking that into serious consideration. So that come September 1st, Spartan will have a beautiful baby.
Okay, that's interesting. Let me go back to the coach. So, Coach Eve, when
Yes.
is your next practice session?
Say it again, please.
When is your next practice session?
It's on Monday.
On
We
Monday.
practice. Yes, we practice every Mondays and Wednesday. We practiced yesterday actually. Yes, and the next one is on Monday. But in between, the goal is to try to get at least a friendly game, just to get the guys feel engaged, because it's good to practice, but the game feeling is a complete different environment. So that's why we're trying to put some friendly game just for the guys to still feel the momentum of playing during the game.
Perfect. So we are 14 days to the start of the tournament. So if have to go by your twice a week training attitude, you should have at least 4 full-fledged practice sessions before you hit the road for Ohio, correct?
Correct.
Right. And do you hope to have any friendly game before then? Because I do understand that when a tournament of this magnitude is getting closer, teams are very hesitant to do friendly matches to avoid maybe last minute injuries that may hamper the progress of the team.
Yes, actually, we are working on the friendly game on the 23rd,
Okay.
which is next weekend,
Mhm.
next Saturday. So basically, if everything works out good, we're gonna have a friendly game on the 23rd. Is this is just to again to bring all the guys together to get into the mood of competition
Mhm.
before we actually head to Ohio.
Perfect. Right.
And I
We
wanted
have,
to add, please, if you
yes,
don't
go ahead.
mind, if you don't mind,
Mhm.
to answer the question you asked me earlier. I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me.
Mm.
The way we do things as Spartan is a little bit different. Not different. I don't know other teams, but the way we do things is we start to prepare for NVT
Mhm.
from last year. That's the way we do it as Spartan. So
Mhm.
therefore, as soon as we start the season, we start what we call preseason,
Mhm.
and we did it for like 2 months. So by the time we get to, I would say, August, guys are actually minimum 95% ready. I'm talking physically speaking.
Mhm.
So the goal is to start early so that we don't push too much at the end.
Mm.
And that's where to avoid all the injury that you were talking about.
Perfect. Right. And so this is Nvt Ball Rolling. We are just a few minutes to the end of this beautiful conversation with the Spartans who are ready to spark ahead of their 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament. This is Apex One Radio. We'll be right back with you.
You're still locked into the NVT series on Apex One Radio, where every pass, every play, and every voice counts. Coming up next, more insights, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes action from the clubs making headlines on the road to the 2025 National Veterans Tournament. Don't go anywhere. The game is just heating up. Stay with us.
Right. So stay with us. We will be running off soon. Just to remind our listeners again that the 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament kicks off on Thursday, August the 28th this year, and it will run till Monday, September the 1st, 2025. And the evening of that day, the trophy will be lifted. We don't know who is going to lift the trophy. The Spartans say they will do so. We spoke with other teams which have also claimed they will be lifting the trophy in Ohio. Well, the answer to that question will come on September the 1st this year. And so it will be a great fiesta happening in Ohio. And the organizing or the host side is Columbus Veterans. They are working, you know, hard, very hard to make sure that Ohio puts up a wonderful show this year. And of course, it will definitely be a big one. It's also going to be spiced by great, great events such as the Afro Heritage Night and Tata King, Cameroonian folkloric artists, will be on stage to grace that night. Then there will be the White Party with Lady Pons as guest artist. Lots and lots of other exciting items on the agenda of the 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament. Right. So, gentlemen, we're about to run off. We'll just take the last word from each of you, and that will be it for the day, beginning with the coach. So, Eve, tell us, what is the motivation of your side for this year's edition of the NVT?
You say motivation?
What is the motivation you are bringing to Ohio this year?
Oh yes. Like you heard my VP said, Spartan is really pregnant. Like it's long due. Last time we won it in 2021, it was such a great feeling. And the good thing is that you have people that actually are still playing today that experience that great feeling, and they want to replicate the same thing again this year. So we are really looking forward for Ohio, and the fact that Ohio is really like when I say Ohio, I'm talking about the Ohio team. It's really like the brother from the other side. So it will be really nice to go and win over there in our brother house.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Eve, for joining us on the program. We look forward to seeing you in Ohio and seeing your handiwork. Your handiwork will be how your team performs. So thank you so much. Adamu, Martin, tell me, it's not only about soccer. A whole lot of people in the community will converge on Ohio, not only to watch the men kick the ball, but also to experience the ambience. What contribution will the Spartans put in to make sure that the ambience is spectacular?
Um, Tricky question. Spartan is going to be coming to Ohio to ball.
Hmm.
Uh, we are laser focused on that mission. We are coming to Ohio to play football. What we will put on display is entertain everybody on the field.
Mhm.
We have a team that is going to entertain individuals that are going to be spectacular entertainers
Mhm.
on the field. We will score a lot of goals and we will win games.
Okay.
That in itself will bring the whole of NBT to
Mm.
every Spartan game. I can promise you that. Each time we play, it will be full up. With
Perfect.
the entertainment that will be on show.
Martin, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. We look forward to seeing you in Ohio in the next 2 weeks. We wish you the best. So, Walter, if there was something you would like to see as far as organization is concerned in Ohio when you do come here, what is it?
Time management, that's something that I think the organization needs to improve on, so that way that keeps the games going, so that way people can pretty much watch the beautiful football that Sparta will bring in.
Perfect. Walter, thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing you here and we wish you all the best. Let me go to President Emeritus Dr. Mukon. So, Dr. Mukon, so tell us, 25 years down the road, what is it that you think the Spartans still have to offer, especially with the growing nature of this movement? Every blessed day, there is a new veterans team that is emerging. Times are changing, concepts are changing. So, you or your team are kind of old school, let me put it that way, but is there anything you still think you can offer to the NVT?
Oh yes, I mean, we are 25 years in and counting. We NVT is we are one organization, right? We are one veteran at the end of the day.
Mm,
So we will always help the NVT in whatever form that is needed.
mhm,
We have to, as 25 years from now, if we look back and we say all we did was play football, then I think we missed an opportunity. So we have to be involved in community projects here and back home. And it has to be definitely more than football. There's a lot of untapped energy that we have at the NVT. And we have to harness that energy for a positive community. And we cannot miss that.
A lot of untapped energy which needs to be harnessed for a positive community. That is the spirit with which the Spartans are coming to Ohio this 2025. It's definitely going to be a fantastic edition. Before I run off with Martin Zephyr, let's see the Spartans as they prepare to hit the road for Ohio this year. All right, so let's watch this.
Training don't start. Muna, hurry up. Training don't start. Training don't start. Muna, hurry up. Training don't start.
A snippet there of the training session of the Spartans of Maryland. They are ready to hit the road for Ohio. In 2 weeks, they will be here, and there is going to be spectacle here in Ohio. Martin Zephyr, we're about to run off. What does taking part in the NVT, particularly the 2025 edition, mean to you and the Spartans of Maryland?
Yeah, so I think first of all want to extend our gratitude to Apex One Radio for this show, and also to Columbus Veteran for the organization of this edition, which, like we rightly said earlier, it's the 10th edition, so it means a lot, not just for me or Spartan, but I think for the general veteran community. And I think it says a lot about what Cameroonians in the diaspora can do if they have the right mindset, and if they have, and with the little resources that the NVT has, and if you can see like how organized, how professional, and also now how intense this competition has been, I think you should really give credit to us Cameroonians, especially the management of or the executive of the NVT, and that in itself makes these events more exciting and more interesting. And but again, like former president Dr. Mukon said, there is still a lot of untapped energy and resources that we can greatly utilize in our community. And I'm very sure and confident that in the days and years ahead, this NVT will not just only be a soccer event, but something much, much bigger and much influential in our community.
In the years to come, the NVT will not only be a soccer event, but something much bigger in our community. Martin, I want to thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It was a huge pleasure having you on radio today to talk about the state of preparedness of the Spartans ahead of the 2025 edition of the competition. So we are looking forward to seeing all of you in Ohio in 2 weeks. Wish you all the best.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.
Perfect. And so that is how we put in a full stop to this special edition of the National Veterans Tournament Ball Rlling, a series of interviews ahead of the 2025 edition of the NVT. Today, we were speaking to key leaders of Spartan Veterans FC of Maryland. Hopefully, tomorrow we should be receiving Gwinnett, if not tomorrow, Saturday. But on Saturday, we will be having key leaders of Columbus Veterans who will be talking about have gone with preparing the stage for this competition. And still on Saturday, we will be receiving yet another team, another club to talk about their preparedness for the competition. And that's how we will ride along till we get to the competition, which begins, of course, on August the 26th or August the 28th this year. Collaboration came from Evaris, Capo. Marcel Adig was the producer. He produced the show digitally for Vasut in Germany. My name is Ernest Kanjo. I've been your host, and I will be back again tomorrow for yet another edition of Nvt Ball Rlling. And until then, it is bye-bye from this end. To have a fantastic rest of the evening. May God bless you.
That's a wrap for today's edition of the NVT series, your exclusive look into the heart of veterans soccer, right here on Apex One Radio. We've met the players, explored the passion, and witnessed the spirit behind the game. As we march closer to kickoff, the energy only gets stronger, and we'll be right here, bringing you every step of the journey. Catch the next episode for more club features, inside stories, and game time build-up. Until then, stay tuned, stay hyped, and as always, let the game play on.